Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome back to Baldfather Bets. In this video, we are continuing the series that we've been doing during the offseason on the NFL, taking a look at what our best value bets are for NFL futures, what are our predictions for the AFC and the NFC conference winners, as well as the number one overall seed, and then just continuing the theme of how do we see the 2026 NFL season going from a futures standpoint. First, please give the video a like, make sure that you're subscribed to the channel, but let's dive into it. So we've already given you guys our division winners. Make sure you go check a look at those videos as well as our other off-season futures content that we've done for both college and the NFL. So let's take a look at the conference winners. In the AFC, we actually really like the Cincinnati Bengals here, and obviously you're also getting great value on the Cincinnati Bengals to be a conference winner because they're not one of the tops. What we really see here is that injury luck kind of flipping for the Bengals. They have been getting on the wrong end of injury luck, and the number one odds to win the AFC, the Baltimore Ravens, have actually, for the most part, outside of a few games here and there, as well as a weekly injury report kind of dance that they play with Lamar Jackson, they've actually gotten very lucky when it comes to Lamar. I think that can only go on so far. I would like to see that injury luck flip this year. I think Joe Burrow, if healthy throughout the whole season and he plays as well as he did towards the end of the last season, that offense is quite a formidable foe. And I also believe that defensively, while they lost Trey Hendrickson, the unit overall should be better. There's a big reason why they did not want to tie up as much money with Trey and needed to spend that elsewhere. But when it comes to the number one overall seed, we actually like the Buffalo Bills. Buffalo Bills getting to play a second place schedule, which they rarely ever do, in what is probably one of the worst divisions in the NFL. You have the Jets with a rebuild but not getting a new quarterback, Miami with a full rebuild, new coaching staff, and then you have the Patriots coming off playing a historically easy schedule in what will now be a first place schedule. I like Buffalo to win that division, and given their schedule, I think that there's a very good chance that they would get the number one overall seed. However, obviously, if I like the Bengals to win the AFC, there's also good value there to bet on them to be the number one overall seed, as well as the Kansas City Chiefs. In addition to then those two teams as well for winning the AFC, we like the Los Angeles Chargers. So if you take a look at the value that you're getting on those bets, the lowest odds out of that is the Buffalo Bills at plus 490 to be the number one overall seed in the AFC. It is 100% worth it to have a ticket on everything that I just said. So AFC winners, tickets on the Bills at plus 500, all the way up to the Bengals at plus 1,000, as well as the Los Angeles Chargers and the Kansas City Chiefs in there, so 4 tickets. And then for the AFC number one overall seed, 3 tickets on the Bills, the Bengals, and the Chiefs. The reason I don't like the Chargers as much for number one overall seed is I do think the Chiefs will ultimately win that division. And if they win that division, then obviously the Chargers cannot be the number one overall seed. But I really like what the Chargers have if they're able to keep those tackles healthy this season. And while they do lose Jesse Minter, which I think is massive, that defense was number 1, number 2 overall statistical unit, depending on what metric you were looking at last year. So then taking a look at the NFC, the team that we really like to win the NFC is the San Francisco 49ers. They seem to do this thing where they go back and forth every year with going to the Super Bowl or then having a down year due to injuries. So we are on the year where they would go back to the Super Bowl. They will be playing a third place schedule, even though they were one of the best teams in the NFC. But the team that we think that will ultimately get the number one overall seed is the Detroit Lions. So per Sharp Football, Warren Sharp, the Detroit Lions have the easiest schedule in the NFL this upcoming season. They were one of the only teams to have a winning record last year at 9-8, but they will be playing a 4th and last place schedule in their division because the NFC North was so good. They benefit mightily from that this year, as well as some additions and key additions that they made across the offensive line, especially up the middle where they had a difficulty protecting Jared Goff. He very much so needs protection up the middle to be able to step into his throws. So then if we like the Lions for number 1 overall seed, then obviously we think they're also a good value bet to win the NFC. And then the other places that we're looking at are the Philadelphia Eagles. Eagles made some very nice offseason additions. They tend to win the offseason every single year. Kind of crazy how the rest of the league lets them do that. And then as well as the Green Bay Packers. So you guys may remember how the Green Bay Packers start off hot. After that first week, everyone says, is it a lock for the Packers to win the Super Bowl, especially when they had Micah Parsons healthy and playing well. He had an offseason and now rehab, and should be back in time for the season, if not shortly thereafter the start of the season. And hopefully for the Packers this time, they can actually be clicking at the right time rather than in the beginning of the year. But we think from the NFC winning the conference standpoint, you want to take it on all four of those teams. So 49ers, Lions, Packers, Eagles. And then from a number one overall seed standpoint, again, the one you would remove is the Packers because we like the Lions to win that division. So number one overall seed, Lions, 49ers, or Eagles. All right, that's it for our video today. Kept it short and sweet for you guys. Again, please support the channel. Make sure you're subscribed. Like the video. Comment on it. Let me know who you think is going to make it to the Super Bowl and win each of the conference AFC and NFC conferences. And then make sure that you take a look at all the other NFL and college football futures videos that we've done this offseason. A lot of great bets in there to make you guys money. Appreciate it. Have a great rest of your week.